Hari Om. In this video, we start with a new chapter called Alternating Currents. What is an alternating current? We discussed the working of a dynamo, and the output of the dynamo is found to be a sine wave. So if you can represent a current which is in the form of a sine wave, we call it as an alternating current. That is, omega t, the phase value, phase angle, current I. Then you can consider the phase angles as pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Then the current will be going or varying like this. This is the sine wave form of a current. And if a current is varying like this, then that type of current is called alternating current. And of course, if there is an alternating current derived, there will be an alternating voltage to supply it. So alternating voltage can also be represented like this. Okay? In the form of a sine wave, alternating voltage. Then for this alternating voltage and alternating current, we will be having a peak value for the current. This peak value we represent it as Im. This is also Im, the peak value of current. Like that, here also there will be a peak value of voltage, we represent it as Vn. So here also it comes as Vn. So in general, we can represent the alternating current in the form I equal to Im sine omega t, where I is called instantaneous current, instantaneous current. This is peak value of current. So these are the two terms coming. One, instantaneous current, and this is the peak value of current. Like that, for the voltage we can represent it as V equal to the instantaneous value of voltage is equal to Vm, that is the peak value, into sine omega t. Now in these two cases, omega represents the angular frequency of the AC. Angular frequency. And that is equal to 2 pi into nu. And this nu is called frequency of the AC. Frequency of the AC, you can say. And in India, the transmission of AC power with a frequency nu equal to 50 Hertz in India. But other countries are opting their own frequencies like 60 Hertz. It varies depending upon the country how they are sending it. So in India, the frequency of AC is fixed as 50 Hertz. So these are the basics of what you call the alternating current and alternating voltage. And in general, we short this as AC current and AC voltage. This is the way we fix. This AC is taken a abbreviation of common form, just telling that varying or alternating. Okay? So AC, when you hear, it means the alternating. Then voltage, actually this voltage is a unit of potential difference, but here we take that word directly to represent the alternating potential difference, but we call in general as AC voltage. Now what is an AC? Alternating current is defined as a current which is varying continuously and periodically changing its directions. So here is a positive half cycle, then comes to the negative, again goes to positive, like that. Alternating voltage, we can say it is the voltage which is varying continuously and periodically reversing its direction. Yes. So this is a, what you call, a kind of simple harmonic way, periodically changing. So there is a period for the AC, time period. So if frequency is 50 Hertz, the time period of AC T equal to 1 by mu. Okay. So this time period you can fix for this one how much it is. Alright. So there is a time period for this one. So in all our calculations we must be noting these values properly. And one more point, we represent the alternating current and alternating voltages using a symbol this is the way we represent an alternating voltage or alternating current. Okay. For DC, we used to represent like this for DC voltage. This is for DC, that sense a fixed value of current and fixed value of voltage. But this is continuously varying and periodically reversing its directions. So, remember, whenever we consider AC, basically the equation is of the form, okay, it's a sine wave, and sometimes you can represent this also in terms of what you call cos wave also, because a continuous wave can be represented by either a sine wave or a cos wave. Alright, so understand the basics of the AC, and based on this we are going to discuss the other things relating to AC. Okay.